Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Dizzycapcarshow. And today we are off to go and meet a fella called Micheal, who's got a collection, a small fleet, if you will, of a very, very cool little car. Last episode, we had a little look around Jake's Fiat 500, a very iconic little car from back in the 70s, built in Italy. But today we're going to go and see arguably a more iconic car for the UK market. So let's get on, go over and meet Micheal and his small fleet of Reliant Robins.
Well, I don't know when I really decided I wanted one.
No.
It's probably when I was young. There was a garden full of them.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Local, we go past quite often. I used to go to a car boot sale with my gramps, and we used to come back that way, go past it, and anytime we went past, they were always there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And and that's when I got interested in really. And then I don't know, they're just unusual, aren't they? And
they are,
like
yeah.
a piece of British motoring history. I know not everyone's sort of cup of tea, but they got a lot of people off on motorbikes and in the drive with the families and things like that.
The company itself has got such an interesting story, hasn't it? From start to finish, really.
Yeah, and it's a shame really that they're not still manufacturing, because I think they'd be ideal for electric.
Yeah, yeah,
because they're so light. I mean, you can get 4 people in them.
Yeah.
I have been in the back of that one with my sister driving, because she's quite short, so there's a lot of leg room in the back then.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But I wouldn't want to go on a long journey in it. But it's just fun.
I bet it's all right once you're sat in there.
Yeah, once you're in there, it's just
getting in might be an issue.
But people smile when they see you in them as well.
Yeah, yeah,
It just makes people smile, and if you're having a bad day, if you're going for a drive, it just cheers you up because it's just fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah. So and then I thought I'll buy one, and I bought 4. Yeah,
4 more down the road.
4, yeah, and all in this, in less than 2 years. But
yeah,
I'm hopefully not going to buy any more. But
well, we'll see.
I'd never say
I'll wait for the update.
Yeah.
So I mean, the company did a whole host of stuff. My brother's obviously got the Reliant Scimitar. There was sabers. There's the wedge shape saber as well, and they sort of focused. You were saying the very early, the one before the Regal was aluminium bodied, wooden chassis.
Yeah, wooden frame. It was 73. They brought out the Mark 1.
Yeah.
Robin to replace the Regal. Yeah. So this was like the upgrade, if it was.
And it was during that section when they went from the aluminium onto the fiberglass, wasn't it?
No, they went before that with the Regals. I'm not sure what model of Regal they changed to fiberglass.
Okay.
But they did do
so the end of the Regals was fiberglass.
The only quite a few of the Regals were.
Yeah.
Sort of the ones that looked like the only Fours Norses ones. I think they were all fiberglass.
Yeah.
But they had some before that were a lot more rounded.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think they were.
I can picture it, yeah.
But I don't really know much about them because I've stuck with the Robins so far.
Yeah.
Because the parts are a bit easier to get.
Yeah. And you were saying previously about the fact that the company was like well up there in terms of their fiberglass work.
Yeah, they were
doing loads
they were like
stuff.
world leading in fiber, and they did lots of other. I think they did a lot for Ford body the body kits and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
And they were just really good at fiberglass, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it's just a shame that things change and people just aren't, because they did the 4-wheeled version.
Yeah. Was that Kitten?
They did Kitten, but they also did a Rebel, which is a little 4-wheeled car, or they did a van version of that. But they couldn't really compete with like British Leyland for the amount they could produce.
Yeah, I see.
I think that was the problem.
Yeah.
They were quite. I think they were quite popular, but you had to wait a long time for them.
Yeah.
Because they only had a small production line, and I think that was the problem.
Yeah.
I know it's 2020. I bought that one.
2020,
2020,
yeah.
But
so this was your first one?
Yeah, that was my first one. Technically, I suppose this was the second one, because it was the second one to turn out.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Then it was the really bad one, and then it was that one.
Yeah.
But I passed my test in 2006.
Yeah.
And I only ever had a van. So that is like, technically, I suppose people say that's
your
not
first
a car. But that is the first car.
Yeah. So then you got this one. the project out the
because
back.
I agreed to buy the project, and we had all the lockdowns and stuff, and he was going to deliver it, then he wasn't. And
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
all these problems, and that was delivered, and then he messaged me and said he could deliver that one the following week. So keep my word and bought that one as well.
Yeah.
And then this one came along quite cheap, and it's nice to have the set.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get this one on the road.
Yeah.
But it's proven a problem so far. Everything's difficult on this one.
Everything's an issue.
It's coming apart a lot harder than this one did. And
yeah, it must just be part and parcel of the way it was used and stored and stuff,
think it must
I
have
guess.
been left somewhere very wet.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
everything's solid, rust seized. And
so what was this like in comparison to the one at the back?
this was just in pieces, basically.
You had all the bits.
It was all in there, but
Yeah.
it wasn't where it should be.
Yeah.
The engine was in it. The engine ran.
It's the benefit of having a van. You just chuck it
The
all in.
engine ran. I made sure it ran before I bought it, but everything else was. I think everything else. Yeah, pretty much everything else was there. It was a few things like the radiator and
Yeah.
other bits you would have probably replaced anyway that weren't there.
Yeah.
But
It's very cool. It's very cool.
on the
Really,
whole,
really like
It
it.
came together quite well, really.
It's looking smart, and we've mentioned the wheels already in our chat.
Yeah, I got
That's
the
a really,
wheels
really cool
and-
looking set of
yeah.
wheels.
The wheels, it would have been an option extra. And
Yeah. So between the Robins, then there's been very little change underneath, hasn't there?
yeah, not a
Throughout
lot,
the years.
really. Just the brakes have been different, slightly different.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of the parts are from different cars.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they got bits off. You were saying about the headlights.
yeah, they're Corsa B headlights.
Corsa, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. And they're Mark II Fiesta on that one, but they're not.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
there's one on there.
So
at the
sort of a
moment.
change to the sort of nose cone
Yeah.
shape and stuff, isn't there, to incorporate those lights, but very little
Very little
in the way of
change.
side profile. And things.
Really.
You're saying about the swage lines down the side?
Yeah, they're
They've
the
sort of
same
got
on
rid of
these
those,
two,
haven't they?
but that one they've made it a little bit more round.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the rear arches as well.
Yeah, it's just slightly rounder, this one.
Yeah. You were talking about getting the parts and stuff to the back of the engine.
Yes, it's
This is a
very,
real
very
pain,
difficult.
aren't
There's
they?
not a lot of room. There are access panels on the newer ones, but on this one there isn't.
There's nothing at
There's
all.
a very small hole for carburetor adjustment,
Yeah.
but other than that, there's nothing to get in there.
Here onwards was an 850.
Yeah.
And the 750 was in a...
I think it was up to 75 they did the 750
Okay.
on the, but basically they look the same.
So the engine is like properly stuck. So like almost two of the cylinders are next to your
Yeah.
knees, aren't they?
They're right back in there.
Right
and
back in there.
It keeps you lovely and warm in the winter.
Yeah.
The exhaust is right next to you as well, really.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And it's, yeah,
Toasty warm.
it can be a bit loud at times if you're going faster, but
Yeah. You've done a pretty good job of getting some spares together.
yes, I've got
over,
a lot of
over
spare
the few
parts now.
years. Yeah.
But
Got a few engines and bits.
yeah, I
under
got
you
some
back there.
engines, a lot of glass,
Yeah,
and seats. I think I got a dashboard in there, but it's not the best condition.
yeah.
And a lot of switch. It's just everything that I get a chance to buy, really.
Yeah,
If the
yeah,
price
yeah.
is right, because
Well,
you
you're
never know
saying
you
that
might need it.
with this one, it was quite late on. It was an attempt at getting the Robin back going, and they ended up only making 600. Was that right? Was that-
Around 600,
around 600?
apparently, yeah.
So when there's a car this modern that's that tight on numbers, you really do have to keep your eyes open
Yeah.
for bits.
Yeah, I
don't you?
have.
So,
It's only
yeah.
really like the headlights and the front lit and all that. And
Yeah.
it's not a great deal. This different.
Yeah.
I suppose the body panels.
Yeah,
would be
that's
the
the bit
difficult
to
part.
worry. That's the bit to worry
The
about.
glass is all the same, but yeah, if I was to damage the door, it would have to be mended, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
Well, they're
then,
very cool cars. It's a
Yeah.
cracking little collection you've got here. Is it all right to take them out for a quick spin?
Yeah.
One of them, whichever.
Yeah.
Whatever
Up
you
to you.
fancy. And we'll catch up with you guys when we're inside and have a little blast. Nice.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to turn the indicators up. I don't want the beeper on. Don't catch it very often.
It is diddy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Diddy, isn't it? This is with the seat as far back as it goes. So is it a couple of inches further forward before?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that must have been really tight.
I couldn't.
How tall are you? You must be 6'1".
6'1".
6'1", yeah. Oh, it's very cool. I like it. It does look pretty spacious in the back as well.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's got a good bit of room back there.
Yeah.
You're saying in the van, once the seats are down, it's a pretty good load space.
There is quite a lot of room
You
in there,
take
really,
you nip that to and from work sometimes.
I put the lawnmower, the strimmer, and the hedge cutter in there.
Yeah.
And apart from worrying that I'm going to break and everything go through the windscreen, it's been alright. Aside from that, it's fairly practical.
Yeah,
so I thought, worst case, I could go to work in it.
Yeah. Oh, it's wicked. I love it. Your feet must be about a foot behind the front light as well. It's very close to the front of the car, aren't you?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
A proper little city car. I like the dash switches.
Yeah.
As well, they look really cool. It's like we said, is for a modern car especially. I mean, what year was this one?
99, this one.
99.
Yeah, December 99 as well, so it was quite late, really, when you think about it, for this sort of car.
Really, yeah, because I mean, all the underpinnings and stuff are the same as they were making back in the 70s.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Well, modern classic, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a modern classic
the dash is a bit of a different layout. But other than that, it's pretty much the same in here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go on the motorway just because of the size of the trucks, but I've been down the dual carriage rate of 50 miles an hour and it's fine.
That's all right.
It's quite loud, but when you think originally they were designed to get people off of motorbikes, really.
Yeah.
And in the dry, so I suppose people were less fussy considering it can't be that nice on a motorbike.
The other option is a motorbike. Yeah.
So I suppose when you think about it that way, it's good enough, isn't it?
I think it had that sort of place in the market though, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, what was it, 450-ish kilos they were registered, as you were saying? What's the main things you noticed the difference then, driving this compared to driving the Mark 1?
There's more room in the Mark 1. I don't know how, but there's more room.
That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think more people notice it as well.
Okay.
Because if you look at this head on, it looks like a box of Corsa.
With one wheel in the middle.
Yeah. But people miss it. I've had people looking for the wheel, like bending over and looking, which is hilarious.
I love it. It's very cool. Right. It does. It's very weirdly slightly bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how. It just doesn't seem right, does it? It's slightly bigger.
It definitely shouldn't be. I like the old school steering wheel as well. That's quite cool.
It does look better, but the other one I just kept smacking my knee on.
Yeah. It's weirdly the same car but different, isn't it? There's some subtle differences in terms of the switches, the dials and stuff, which just make it feel a bit more of a classic car.
Yeah.
Especially the steering wheel style and stuff. But there's so much similar about it, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Which is so cool. And the red's proper popping, isn't it? From the outside. It does look cool. Yeah.
I don't like red, but it does look nice.
Yeah. So in here, you've got these sort of the feet well you can see is really thin. The engine is right here. You see on the other car, the Mark II, some panels here with access panels we were speaking about earlier. You can see the difference in the sort of dash in terms of it just being a slightly sort of older style and stuff. Not happy. It used to be idling nicer than it when it's underpowered, isn't it? Old cars, eh? Old cars. Interjection here, guys. Michael's van was playing up a little bit today. It looked like it was one of the ignition issues. I think there was some work that he'd done on the van a good couple of weeks beforehand, which he then hadn't put mud flap back on for the front wheel. Obviously, it's not a massive issue for a standard car, but because the wheel's right in the centre, it's then throwing water right at the sort of engine bay area, and there's a little bit of water that ended up getting in the ignition system. It's a real pain, obviously more so for Michael, for the fact that when your car's not working top notch on a random normal day, it's a massive pain in the butt. But on a day like today when I was out there filming with him, it's just really frustrating. So no issues at all. So the Mark 1 van is up to full strength again and is out and about. Righty then, guys. Rain stopped playing a little bit. We knew there were sort of showers and stuff coming through today, so I think we've been pretty lucky in the chance that we had to have a good look around in both cars. A massive thank you to Michael for meeting us today. We had a couple of ups and downs, didn't we, trying to organise today? But we made it. We made it at the end on a showery day. It's a wicked collection of cars you got.
I do love them.
You have to try and keep us up to date with the Mark II.
I will. Should get on quite. Once I get the two bolts that are stuck out,
I
should start getting a bit faster.
Yeah.
There'll be a little more stuck bolts probably.
Never-ending stuck bolts of classic cars. And it's wicked to see them all like parked together, not
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, just the similarities between them, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to have a set, even though I probably have to sell one.
Depending
two.
on the
Yeah.
Mark II. Yeah,
Right.
and you're a proper collector, as you can see
Yes.
from
And,
this. There's
ordered
loads
parts,
and loads of
'cause
stuff, isn't there?
Never know when you might need parts.
That's it. Which car you're going to need them for?
They fit most of these parts. They'll fit all of them.
And Haynes manuals, the whole
Yeah, I
rack.
got lots of manuals and
Yeah,
buying
yeah.
stuff just in case it might be handy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, it's been great to have you on the
Yeah.
channel. Thanks so much for letting us come have a
Yeah,
few
it's nice
cars.
to meet you as well.
And if there's any addition to the fleet,
Yeah,
make
I'll
sure
let
to
you
let
know.
us know.
Yes, I will.
That'd be wicked, yeah. Thanks a lot, and thanks to you guys for watching. We'll catch up with you guys again soon. Take it easy. Oh, what a day! Absolutely wicked. Small apology to Michael for the previous couple of dates which haven't worked out. It's been a real shame, but we did manage to get over there today, and we've managed to skip a good few showers. Not the best weather for it, but thanks so much, Michael, for having us have a little look around your wicked little collection. There's more news to come from Michael, as you might have noticed. The Mark II has got some work to do to it, so hopefully we'll have some updates on that over the next coming months. But also the little project that he's got in the back garden, he's not 100% sure what he's going to do with that yet. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled for updates on his collection. Little update for you on Jake's collection. The MGB Roadster has already gone. He sold that off to someone else to do that project. He has bought a very, very cool Alfa Romeo for his partner Hannah to drive, which is a wicked car. He's also just picked up his BMW Z3. So another car we're hoping to see on the channel very soon. Guys, it's been a pleasure to have you along. Thanks again to Michael for having us. Really appreciate your time and taking us out for a little ride in those cars. They're absolutely wicked. For the rest of you watching, there's plenty more episodes to come, feature videos, a few shows I've got penciled in, some really exciting stuff coming this summer, if it ever stops raining. So make sure, as always, to hit that subscribe button, notification bell. That'll keep you up to date with all the future uploads of the channel, and it's a really nice way for you guys to support the channel as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you again on the Dizzy Cap Car Show.
And I wanted a blue one as well, but I still haven't found a blue one. But,
We started off about 10 minutes ago by saying this is all he's going to buy, but we're already talking about the next one. Yeah.
Life's short, isn't it?
Life's too short. Life's too short.
Yeah. It's not going to rust, so I'm happy enough. And the brakes are a bit different as things out when they fall apart and you've got to work out how to put them back together.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Which might have happened once.
It did happen, yes, but I mean, I still stopped, just not as quick as I would have liked.
Yeah. Oh, what a day.